So I've realized a problem with the great apostasy narrative in Mormonism. So the narrative is that the early church fell into apostasy, but that church has been restored, and it will never again fall into such apostasy. But my question is, why? How did it fall into apostasy, and what's the difference? And here are some of the possible answers. If you'd say persecution, well, I think God can overcome all persecution. That's not really satisfactory. If you want to say it was, a moral failure of the early people, well, why are we more moral? Why are we more moral than them? What's going on there? That doesn't really seem satisfactory. You'd think God's people would always be the most moral, regardless of their cultural context. And it seems like the real answer is that God chose for the early church to fail. God chose to have the gates of hell prevail over the church, even if just for, almost 2,000 years. And that God chose to bring back his early church again and make it so it can't fail. I don't really know what other explanation there could be other than, God choosing to have the early church fail. Unless the early church was somehow just made up of less moral people or whatever. Either we're more special today or God has changed his mind. I could be missing something, but that's how it seems to me. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.